This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Suspected hired killers held in St. Anne. 4 men suspected to be hired killers were held in St. Anne during a police operation along the Parktown Main Road Tuesday night. Police personnel carrying out checks under Operation Leviticus in the parish also seized a Browning pistol after stopping the men who were traveling together in a motor car. The men were subsequently charged for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. They are 27-year-old construction worker Wayne Williams, also called Chinny, 19-year-old Ronaldo Bailey, also called Kemar, 28-year-old laborer Damian Heron, also called Shortman, and the 24-year-old taxi operator Joel Fairclough, also called Junior. 3 of the men are from St. James, while 1 is from Parrytown. The police believe they were in Parrytown to carry out a contract killing. Acting head of the St. Anne Police, Superintendent David White, said the search for other firearms continues. Mayhem sweeps St. Andrews South as 5 slain in 24 hours. Curfews were imposed in Olympic Gardens and the Waterhouse late Tuesday as law enforcers scrambled to rein in escalating violence as 5 persons were murdered in the St. Andrews South Police Division in 24 hours. That intervention was activated after a high-level meeting of the top brass in the sprawling division, which is a hunting ground teeming with more than 50 active gangs. Several persons are also nursing wounds from 3 separate gun attacks, a prism of Jamaica's endemic violence crisis, with nationwide murders soaring 6% year-on-year. In the first incident, shortly after noon, 33-year-old Tashana Josephs was found dead in a house along Maxfield Avenue with multiple gunshot wounds to her face. Her daughter, who is to start school Wednesday, told the news that she was at the tailor's overseeing the final touches to her uniform when she received a call. The daughter, an only child, said that she could not bear to go look at her mother's body still lying on a bed. That section of Whitfield town has been under curfew since 6 p.m. Monday and is slated to end at 6 p.m. Wednesday. In the second incident, about 4:30 p.m., during heavy rains, masked men traveling on a motorcycle drove to Welcome Avenue and opened fire, hitting 3 men at a shop. Dead are Andre Bullhead Clark and Jermaine Morgan. The other man is still hospitalized. While at that scene, the police received reports that heavy gunfire was heard near the Olympic Gardens police station at McDonald Place. 3 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. 2 of the victims have since succumbed to injuries. 1 of the dead men in that incident has since been identified as 42-year-old Andy Layton Christian, a contractor. A close relative told the news that Christian had just stopped at the location to drop off workmen. "He is not a gangster, him just at the wrong place at the wrong time. We see the car circle like somebody them a look for, and it's like them get fed up and just shoot up the place," she said, crying. Reports are that about 5:55 p.m., a silver Toyota Axio motorcar pulled up to the entrance of McDonald Place and opened fire on a group of men before escaping. Deputy Superintendent of Police Coleridge Minto, the division's operations chief, told the news that there are sweeping gang conflicts across the division. Minto said that over the last 72 hours, the division has had a flare-up of violence. Some of those attacks are being probed by the Top Flight Major Investigation Division. "We continue to appeal to the residents to provide any information that they have to the police and allow the police to do their jobs as against trying to do a reprisal and taking matters into their own hands," Minto said. The area known as Compound in the vicinity of the Olympic Gardens police station recorded a double murder on Sunday. However, Minto said that he could not confirm if the McDonald Place incident is related. He said the police have been keeping a close eye on Compound. JPS summoned to explain service issues to the cabinet. The management of the Jamaica Public Service Company is to appear before the cabinet on Monday, September 12, to respond to concerns regarding its level of service to customers. A media release from the Energy Ministry on Wednesday said that the JPS has been asked to brief the cabinet on plans and measures that are in place to ensure power stability as the hurricane season progresses. It's also to state how and when issues concerning delays in adding new customers to the grid, persistent and unscheduled power outages, and relocation of poles will be addressed. In addition, the JPS will be required to say what actions will be taken to compensate citizens who may have suffered damage or loss of income due to long and/or unplanned power outages. The utility company is also expected to provide a supply chain assessment report on the impact of the challenges being experienced by the JPS on the construction industry. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz last week slammed the JPS for its handling of long-standing customer satisfaction issues. He also asserted that a recent 0.7% rate increase should not have been granted to the company. A release from his ministry said Mr. Vaz understands that the Office of the Utilities Regulation is the sole entity empowered by law to grant such increases. The minister feels strongly that the increases should not have been granted at this time, given that JPS has failed to address these long-standing customer service-related issues. St. James, a couple murdered in sleep. A female bar operator and her boyfriend were reportedly shot and killed as they slept at their home in Barretown, St. James on Wednesday morning. They have been identified as 25-year-old Chrisanti Wilson of Sagon in Barretown and her boyfriend, known so far only as Shaba. Reports are that about 12:10 a.m., the couple were asleep when they were attacked by men who entered the house through a window. Residents alerted the police and the victims were found in a pool of blood with multiple gunshot wounds. The scene processed and the bodies removed to the morgue. Funeral service for Bulgin brothers is set for October 1. The funeral service for the Bulgin brothers Tavares, 26, and Tavon, 21, who died in a drowning accident in August, will be held on October 1 at the New Testament Church of God Convention Center in Old Harbor, St. Catherine. The Bulgin family, headed by Keith and Jacqueline, returned to the island on Tuesday after they went to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, United States, to claim the bodies of their sons. Reverend Keith Bulgin is the pastor of the New Testament Church of God in Palmer's Cross in Clarendon. The bodies were picked up on Wednesday. Reverend Bulgin and his family will have a press briefing at the Palmer's Cross New Testament Church of God at 10 a.m. on Thursday to talk to the media, the family spokesperson Reverend Roy Parkins told the news. The body of Tavon was found by a fisherman around 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, August 18, on the pond side of the bridge in a marshy area, according to media reports. Tavon was among 4 people, including his older brother Tavares, who jumped from the so-called Jaws Bridge on Martha's Vineyard on the Sunday night of August 14. Tavares' body was found on Monday, August 15. The 2 others who had jumped were not hurt. 3 killed in 2 separate shootings in Westmoreland. The news understands that 3 persons are dead while 4 others are nursing gunshot wounds following 2 separate shootings Wednesday morning in Negril and Grange Hill in Westmoreland. A news source disclosed that the Negril shooting took place in a community called Gaza in Red Ground. 2 persons were shot dead in that incident. Westmoreland has surpassed the 100 murders since the start of the year. Jamaica to receive fewer doses of monkeypox vaccine than previously expected. Jamaica could receive a smaller than expected batch of the monkeypox vaccine later this month amid signs that the virus is spreading locally. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has warned that there is now a risk of monkeypox being transmitted in schools. 2 additional infections were reported on Tuesday in St. James and St. Elizabeth, increasing the case count to 9. The new cases have been classified as locally transmitted in a male and a female, both of whom are isolated at home. The patients had no recent travel history or confirmed link to the previously announced cases. Parish health departments have commenced contact tracing. In a statement in the House of Representatives yesterday, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said it is likely that other cases of monkeypox are present in Jamaica.
It is to be noted that we may not receive this amount as the supply of the vaccine is in high demand with very limited supply, and we're in a line, basically. Other countries, particularly more powerful developed countries, tend to be ahead of us, as has been the case in the past.
In response to the growing concern about monkeypox, the Medical Association of Jamaica is urging schools to maintain virus prevention protocols which have become standard during the COVID-19 pandemic. MAJ President Dr. Brian James is recommending the continuation of mask wearing as one such preventative method.
Some of the symptoms are the same as COVID, certainly in the initial period, the fever and the headache, but this one also comes with the rash, which would be more identifiable than with the COVID. So any of those things, and with swollen lymph glands as well, is one of the features of monkeypox. Any of those symptoms, and you stay home, isolate. That is how we keep these infections from spreading too much.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.